I'll be happy to help you find a match. I want a house on the island. I also want a house by the sea. But I never thought in my life that this could be real. It's getting more expensive here. If you have 39 or 40,000 pounds, it's better for you to not come here. You can't live with little money already. A year ago it was still possible. Even my property that I bought from you, it has already increased in price by 30%. The average salary here is about $800 a month. If you hear that you will earn $1,500 or $2,000 a month here, this is all an illusion. Hello friends, my name is Nikolai, this is DreamLife Cyprus company. Today we have a short interview with our client. Her name is Asem. Hello Asem, how are you? Hello, everything is fine, even very great. We have sunny weather, it's warm and a good mood. If possible, tell a few words about yourself. My name is Asem, I live, or more correctly, I've lived in Kazakhstan and now in Cyprus. Yes, maybe I will live in several countries now. I'm the main matchmaker of the country of Kazakhstan. I help smart, interesting, successful people find their soulmates. To date, I have officially connected 132 couples. She moved to Cyprus to do it here as well, am I right? Yes, I will be happy to help you find a couple. I love this business. I feel people. Tell a few words about Cyprus. Why did you choose Northern Cyprus? I will say this. I dreamed as a child. I just wrote in my dreams that I want a house on the island. Or I want a house by the sea. But I never in my life thought that it could be real. And then when I got such an opportunity that I can immediately have a house both by the sea and on the island, I thought, wow, this is probably a sign for me that you can realize two of your childhood dreams at once, you know? And I was very fired up by this. And here the prices were still very good. I definitely decided to buy a house here for my parents. Yes, this is very important because for pensioners here much more comfortable to live. I remember your mother came, she was very impressed with the island. It is very comfortable and warm here for parents and pensioners. When I made the decision to live by the sea, I have also studied other countries. This is not the first country where I invest. While studying Cyprus, I watched a lot of videos, reviewed a lot of YouTube channels. Every time on every video, your words caught on. Well, when you give information unobtrusively, just humanly talking about real life in Northern Cyprus. When I saw all this, I looked at different characters. I don't know why, but I wanted to work with you. I did not regret it. We met, we worked with you. I already told you that I feel people. Many people called me. They were even ready to pay all my expenses, if only I would arrive. But here I ran after Nikolai. Just don't tell anyone about it. But it's true. I liked you sincerely. Well, I felt that way and I wanted to work with you. You and I had a conversation until my mother and I flew here to Cyprus. You met us, helped with our luggage. He arranged a very cool hotel for us, with such beautiful views on the 7th floor. My acquaintance with you continued, that is, I was convinced that I had found the right person. We're not mistaken, you did not disappoint with your professional sincerity. Yes, it's good. The main thing is that you're pleased and happy. How do you like Cyprus now? You lived here for a while. What are your impressions now? When you first arrived in Cyprus and now, do you feel the difference? Do you want to be honest? Yes, just be honest. Well, I'm a person who does not know how to lie. I'd better kept silent. But I love honesty. To be honest, I'll tell you this. Everything here is getting more expensive. In the beginning, it seemed to me, oh, how cheap everything is here. Like it's great to live for little money. You live both on the island and by the sea. And there is also civilization here, because before that I lived on another island. I have something to compare. And here, there is civilization, everything is cool, everything is fine, but now everything is becoming more and more expensive to live. Accordingly, real estate is becoming more expensive, you know? If only I had immediately invested money here when I first came here, If I didn't think for a long time and bought several apartments at once, I would now have earned 200 or even 250% for sure. Yes, it is interesting that Northern Cyprus is not recognized. And it is not bad. For example, how was it with you? You can bring money here, no one asks you, where did you get it? Why did you transfer it here? You can buy real estate here, no one asks for any information from banks and everything else. It also has a very nice climate. Because before I was offered housing in Turkey, in Alanya. You know, they made all the conditions for me, I wanted to buy an apartment there, only from photographs. When I got there, I really didn't like that air. It was hard for me to breathe there. I forced myself to live there for at least a week. Because we have already chosen an apartment there, we liked everything. For 3 months I set up my parents that we would live in Turkey. But in the end, I realized that I don't like the rather dirty air there. I apologized and said, sorry, I can buy an apartment here. But when I arrived in Cyprus, everything suited me here. Well, it's not an advertisement of Cyprus, but really, here it is very well the air. It is pleasant to breathe here, there are no factories of any kind and fresh air is constant. My health has even improved a lot. Do you want to tell about this experience? Yes, let's tell. You know, we have a lot of such interesting facts when people write to us. We want an apartment on the seafront with beautiful views, but our budget is no more than 30,000 pounds for an apartment with 2 bedrooms. Asem also writes to me, please find me the cheapest. I say, okay, no problem. I too can show you a cheaper apartment, right? What were your impressions? I will tell you this, Nikolai can realize any of your dreams. You know, I wanted a beautiful apartment for 30,000. In the end, Nikolai showed me an apartment with 2 bedrooms in Famagusta. This apartment was for 39,000 pounds. I'm so satisfied. But when I went to the entrance, I had already straight away realized that this was grandmother's old and terrible apartment. If you want it, no problem. Nikolai can find you an apartment for 39,000 and 45,000. But keep in mind that these will be such very terrible apartments. Now look, there is such a situation in Cyprus. Now that if you have 40,000 pounds, it's better not to come here. It will be easier for you to live at home, because you have everything acquired there. Everything is convenient, you know everything at home, but here, you can't live with little money. A year ago, you could still live on $500 a month, right? This is if you count only food and utility services. Yes, it was real then, but now it's almost impossible. Renting a car is cheap here compared with our countries. Here car rentals start at $500 per month. Therefore, if you do not have money and you do not earn much, honestly, you should not come to Cyprus. If you have a stable income, then you can safely come. It's really cool here if you have money. If there is no money, then sorry. Real estate is becoming more expensive every day. Even my property that I bought from you, it has grown by 30%. Yes, it's been about half a year now, yes? Yes, we probably bought it from you in December. Yes, it's already April. In 4 months, the price has already risen by 30%. In 2015, when we first arrived here, my wife and I had this thought. We will come to Cyprus, buy an apartment for ourselves, take it in installments and pay it off in 2 years. Nothing like that, guys. It's not realistic to earn your own housing and food. If we talk about work, the average salary here is $800 per month. If you hear that you will earn $1,500 or $2,000 a month here, that's all illusion, guys. That is, I mean, if to go to someone for a regular job, then earning big money is not possible. It takes a lot of work days and nights. But there is an option how Asem works. You're working remotely online, and there are already completely different incomes for everyone. They have their own. And you also know how cool it would be to do, for example, if a person buys several apartments here, it is very profitable to rent out apartments here. Those apartments that are rented in our house in which we live. They cost $250. Now our Russian neighbors are renting an apartment for £890 for a two-bedroom apartment. Now it is very profitable to rent out properties. First of all, there are a lot of people. If you still rent from owners without realtors, then they will take away apartments from you immediately and easily. Nice, well-equipped apartments, it will be taken away from you in a maximum of 2 or 3 days. By the way, it is also important to understand that there are smart investments. That's how Asem did. That is, if you buy an apartment in a construction stage, while it is being built, it is already starting to significantly grow in price. In the end, when it's time to get the keys, it's already much more expensive. But it is not everywhere, and not always. Therefore, this must be understood in order to choose the right object. To do this, we make study tours in Cyprus. That's how in the case of Asem, she arrived, we showed her different objects. Having a small retirement, your apartment will bring you enough good money. Good, where else can you find it? Buy enough cheap and rent out for big money. In Kazakhstan, for example, to rent out an apartment for $1,000, it must cost at least $250,000. Those people who have apartments here, you will not take monthly payments. Here everyone requires 2 or 3 months at once forward, or for the year immediately. Just imagine, you rent out an apartment, and you don't think about it at all for a whole year. If somebody breaks something, then for this they take a fairly large deposit that covers all this. So here the people themselves will carefully rent your apartment. Only if you have money come here, because if you have no money and you think what you will earn here, it will be very hard for you. You'll just live here in a few months. My mother is pleased with Nikolai. In general, she adores him as her son. He solves any of our questions, for example, with my permanent visa, he solves the issue. I have some problems, I'm not calling my mother or anyone else, but immediately to Nicholas. Nikolai, I need this. How should I deal with it? And Nikolai is so calm. So with him, great work, because he will calm me down if something is wrong. Nikolai agreed with the developer so that, firstly, a very comfortable payment plan, without straining. If a little something went wrong, then immediately, hello, Nikolai, I spent the money, by accident somehow. I need to pay a little later. Nicholas agrees. Another cool thing is that Nikolai is a walking reference book. He knows everything about everyone. I mean, he knows how to solve any issues that can be encountered here. In this regard, he knows everything. We bought in December, signed the contract. Now it is already April. We still communicate, meet, call him. He has not disappeared. There is no such thing that they signed a contract, took their money and goodbye. There is no such thing. I'm just telling you purely humanly about my experience in working with Nikolai. Professional? Yes, cool. Human? Cool person. Thank you. The most important thing is that he doesn't deceive and tells everything as it is. The main thing is not to be disappointed later. Yes, Asem is a well-known blogger. She has her own Instagram. If you're interested, subscribe to her, link in the description. If you're looking for your soulmate, this is for her. She knows her job 100%. Yes, I'm happy to help find people that are couples. I like to do it. My desire is that it should be not just couples that are created because the age has come, because they don't want to be lonely, but the people are happy with each other. If you have more questions about real estate in Northern Cyprus, in the previous video we did an interview with a lawyer, so the video will be here, click. There we talked a lot about business in Northern Cyprus, buying property, the legality of the island, banks and everything else. Follow the link. If there are some questions, write to us. Also subscribe to our channel DreamLife Cyprus. We will also leave contacts on Asem Instagram, and see you in Northern Cyprus.